So Glossier is discontinuing their Play line. Now, I received an email a week or so ago, and it basically said that they were going to be saying goodbye to the last of their Glossier Play line. So that includes products like the Vinylic Lip, the Colorslide, which is the gel eyeliner, and also the Niteshine, which is their highlighter. You don't have to worry, all of your other Glossier favorites are safe. They're not discontinuing anything from their regular line, just the Glossier Play line. They launched Glossier Play in 2019, so it hasn't been really around for very long, and it was supposed to be like their bolder color cosmetics line. So you know that the Glossier brand is all about that natural, no makeup look, and I guess they felt like they needed a subsidiary to launch their more colorful, opaque, I guess playful products. It wasn't very well received. I guess a lot of people maybe were let down about the types of products that were there, because when you release something like Glossier Play, the products that they did release, and it didn't seem very on brand. Even with their new Play line, they seemed still relatively tame compared to, I guess, what people had in their imagination. So today I wanted to do a quick review on the 3 remaining products that are still available for sale right now, because as of January 4th, you won't be able to buy them anymore. So January 4th, 2021. And I wanted to get this video up just in case you were maybe thinking about trying them, so you don't miss out, or you can feel great knowing that after watching this review, you realize these products are not for you and you won't live with regret once they're discontinued. Okay, let's start with the Vinylic Lips, which is supposed to be their pigmented high shine lip products. So Glossier has 3 lip products. They have their Genji lipsticks, which is like a sheer matte lipstick. Then they have their gloss, and then they have these, which is supposed to be more opaque, bolder colors, definitely more pigmented, and just this really high shine glossy look. So things you need to know, they come in 8 shades. They released actually 2 shades earlier this year, which is a little bit weird considering they had plans to discontinue them, but maybe they were just, you know, in the pipeline. And there's a good array of shades, so you have a couple more neutral shades, and then the majority of them definitely are a little bit more bold and pigmented. They are this sort of click pen applicator, which you guys know I'm not a huge fan of. If you get this brand new, you have to click probably 50 times before you get any product, but once it's flowing, it's good. And yeah, it has like this little built-in doe foot applicator. It works well. I'm not a huge fan of this. I'd rather have just an actual doe foot applicator. Right now I am wearing a combination of Pony and Genius, which is 2 of their more neutral shades, but let's look at the swatches of all 8 shades. So we have Bank, Driver, Disco, Pony, Genius, Blow Up, Baby, and then Casino. So some of these shades definitely wear better than others or apply better than others. So I'll show you guys how each of these products looks on my lips. And for most of the swatches, lip swatches, I did 2 coats just to get like that full opaque color. I wanted to do 2 coats because whenever I see promotional pictures, that's the image that I see, is just this really bright, vibrant lip. So that's why I did 2, because one is, it's still relatively opaque, but definitely not as opaque as the promotional photos. So we have Bank, which is that deep purple shade, and it's nice. It's definitely not my favorite. Whenever, this is the comment that I'll say for each of the shades, but whenever I think of like a bright, bold lip, I think of more of a matte long wearing formulation, and these just don't have that. They don't even really stain your lips. Like when I'm removing these lip products, they don't leave any color on the lips, which means that they just really sit on top, which means that they're obviously not going to be that long wearing. I do really like the color Driver though. This is one of the new shades that came out earlier this year, and it's definitely like a really nice brick red. It's a little bit warmer, especially compared to the other red that they have, which is called Baby, which is very vibrant, like a fire red. This one again is something I would wear, but definitely in more of a matte formulation. Like I love the color, I just don't like the formulation. Then we have Disco, which is a terracotta. I actually quite like this. I like it more than I thought I would like it, and I just do tend to gravitate towards terracotta shades anyway. This does lean a little bit more orange, but I like it. 2 neutral shades, like I said, that I'm currently wearing right now. The first is Pony, which is definitely more of like a taupe color, very neutral. You know, it's not too cool, not too warm. And then Genius, which I really quite like, it's a peachy pink. 2 coats doesn't really look great on me, but just one single layer looks really nice. Then you have Blow Up, which is a bright candy pink. Again, very nice color, probably not for me, not for an everyday color, and definitely not in this formulation. It tends to slip around a lot, but it is a really nice cool pink. And then last shade, which is Casino, is Orange. This one is probably my least favorite in both color and also formulation. I found this one to be really patchy. I don't know if that's just me or if it's this particular lip product, but yeah, not a huge fan of this one. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of the Vinylic Lip. So one pro is that it is relatively easy to layer. For the most part, these layer really nicely. They don't get patchy. And also once you layer it, you do get that more vibrant, rich, opaque look. Some shades are definitely better than others. For instance, Casino probably was the only one of the 8 that really didn't layer well. I just had a bit of a sneezing fit and my eyes are watering up, but another pro is that if you're looking for a really bright, vibrant, opaque lip color from Glossier, this one is a nice one to choose. Okay, let's talk about the cons. It transfers. That's probably the biggest con right now, because in the climate where we have to wear masks all the time, you know, you don't want to wear a lip product that easily transfers and moves around, because 1, it will get all over your face, and 2, it will get all over your mask. So, you know, not really the lip product for the times right now. In general though, masks aside, it does tend to be a little bit slippery, especially if you go for the double layer, because you are looking for that really nice opaque look. You know, you have to be careful, because when you're talking, it might get on your teeth, or it might just spread a little bit. So if you want to use this, it's best to probably use it with a lip liner. Some of the shades are patchy, not all of them. Some of the shades are great, but some of the shades, like Casino for example, you know, it just doesn't really apply that well, and it doesn't layer that well. Also, packaging isn't the best. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of this. It's hard to clean. Sometimes you can kind of see it on here, but when you click too many times, it doesn't seem like there's product coming out, and then 5 seconds later you get an abundance of product. And then the last con is it just doesn't last that long or wear that well, because it's really slippery on the lips, and you know, it doesn't have the longevity like a matte liquid lip would have. So to sum it up, I am not the biggest fan of the Vinylic lips. I definitely do like the bright shades, and some of the shades are really nice. Well, I actually do prefer more of the neutral shades, and Driver, I really like Driver. But whenever I want that bright opaque lip color, I definitely would prefer a more matte, long-wearing shade as opposed to these really high shine glosses. But like I said, the neutrals are nice, and Driver. Those are probably my top 3. Driver, Pony, and Genius. Okay, let's talk about the Niteshines, which are the liquid highlighters. They're actually called the highlighter concentrate. So these offer a more intense highlight. So Glossier has 2 highlighters, the Niteshines and then also the Halo Scopes. The Halo Scopes offer a more subtle, like dewy finish. These ones have almost more of like a foil-like finish on the skin. So I'm wearing the Niteshine in Deep Copper right now, which when you're looking at the whole range, they have 4 shades. It's probably like the 3rd deepest shade. It has a little bit of more of like a, well, coppery shade to it, like a rose gold shade. So things to know about the Niteshines. They do have a very intense highlight, definitely much more than the Halo Scope. They are more long wearing, I would say, than the Halo Scope. They're buildable. They are eye safe, so you can wear them on the eyes or the cheeks. And then it has a doe foot applicator here. So just like a little tiny applicator, so you can dot it, and then it blends very easily. And they are small. So in comparison with something that most people probably would have, the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint, that is it in comparison. It almost looks a little bit like a nail polish bottle. So I'm going to insert swatches of all 4 shades here. I'm I'm also going to try all 4 shades on for you guys so you can see how it looks on my skin tone. So for reference, I am a MAC NC35, sometimes NC42 depending on the time of the year, but usually I'm at range at an NC35. And for the skin tint, I am a G7. So we'll start with the Pale Pearl, which is the lightest of the 4 shades. It's definitely more of like this pink toned highlighter, so not really for me. I do prefer my highlighters to be a little bit warmer, a little bit more rose gold, but it is a nice highlighter. Then we have Platinum Rose, which is, yeah, again, a little bit more pink, but this one it kind of leans a little bit more neutral in terms of a highlighter, so it's not too warm and not too cool. Deep Copper is probably my favorite of the bunch because I can wear it on the eyes and also on the cheeks, and like I said, it's warm, it has like a bit of a rose gold finish to it. And then the last one is Molten Umber, which if you have deeper skin tone probably would look great on you. I can't rock it as a highlighter. It's a little bit too dark, kind of makes my skin look a little bit muddy, but I can use this as an eyeshadow, which is how I'm applying it here, and it's beautiful. So let's talk about what the pros and cons are of the Niteshine. So one, it wears well throughout the day. It definitely wears a lot better on me than the Halo Scope just because of the formulation. It's a liquid highlighter, so it just melds a lot better and it wears well throughout the day. This also gives your skin a beautiful glow, but without that glittery finish. So as opposed to the Halo Scope, which gives you like this really shiny, dewy, wet skin look, this one, it gives you a glow, but it's definitely more like a satin finish as opposed to glitter-like finish. And also the great thing about this is it's safe for the eyes. So for example, if you have Molten Umber and it doesn't quite work well on the cheekbones, you can use it on your eyes, or you can use any of these on the eyes. And it just gives your eyes like this really pretty pearlescent look. The cons, there aren't many cons with this. One of the cons is really that it dries quickly. So when you're dotting it on, I would do one side at a time and make sure you blend it out really nicely before you move on, because it does dry. And if you don't blend it well enough or quick enough, you might get a little bit of like dotting on your skin. I wouldn't necessarily call this a deal breaker because who uses up an entire bottle of highlighter, but these are tiny. They are 0.34 fluid ounces, so 10 milliliters. I don't know, for some reason they look small and it feels like they have a small amount of product in them, especially for the price you're paying. But if you're looking to dial up your highlighter in a really nice liquid option, these are lovely. Probably of the whole Glossier play line, these are probably my favorite of the products that existed. Okay, the last product I want to talk about are the Colorslide, which is their soft gel eyeliner. Now, things to know, they are supposed to be waterproof. There are both matte and metallic shades. There are 14 shades in total. I have 5 here. I think I have a couple more, but I don't know where they are. I've misplaced them. And I will insert swatches of the ones I do have. I won't be trying all of the shades that I have on my eyes, but I will show you the look that I have today, which is Magic Carpet on the top and Jumbo on the bottom lash line. Like I said, these eyeliners are waterproof, although, you know, they wear really well on my skin and I have more combination skin, but you know, I don't necessarily wouldn't call them waterproof. Sometimes they do smudge a little bit. It just depends on, you know, what I'm doing or how humid it is, but they do wear relatively well throughout the day. Some shades do swatch or apply better than others. For example, the metallic shades they're perfection. All of the metallic shades that I've tried have worked beautifully. Some of the matte shades do sometimes tug a little bit and they don't just apply that beautiful like opaque color right off the bat. I actually lied. I am using Critical Mass on the top line. I just realized that now. But for example, Critical Mass is beautiful. It like gives me like a really nice opaque line, minimal tugging, but Nectar, which is that kind of yellowy shade, definitely tugs, and it's so hard to get a really nice opaque line. So what are the pros and cons? The pros are, for the most part, you don't get any tugging. They all apply really nicely, and there's a beautiful color range. You know, you can have more, they don't really have neutrals. The only neutral they have is the color called Brack, which is like a dark brown black color. But there are really fun colors, so if you want to like dial up your look a little bit, I'm sure there's a color for you. So for the cons, I would say the pencil is very soft and it breaks really easily. Even for some of these, if I shake them up, you can kind of hear, can you hear that? It's like the pencil has broken in there. So they do break a little bit easily, especially when you're sharpening them. You have to be really careful. And because these are actual pencils that you do have to sharpen, you do waste a lot of product sharpening it, because you have to sharpen quite a lot off in order to get like a really nice sharp point. Also, once they dry, they dry. You won't be able to smudge it or manipulate it in any way, so you have to work fast. While these aren't the best eyeliners that I've ever tried across the board, there are some really nice options in here, and some shades do perform better than others. So if you're looking for, you know, a really nice bold eyeliner to try, out of the ones that I have, I really like Adult Swim, which is beautiful navy, Jumbo, which is that orange, Critical Mass, and also Magic Carpet. Brack is also really nice, which is like your brown, dark brown black. And then also, I think they had one called Copper Penny or something like that, which is also really pretty. It's a beautiful like rose gold eyeliner. So that is my quick overview on the remaining of the Glossier Play line. So like I said, as of January 4th, 2021, which is a few days away, you will no longer be able to pick these up. So if you are interested in them, then I would highly suggest that you go now. I'll actually put like my referral code below, or my referral link. So if you use that, you can get 10% off your order, and I think I get $10 if you do use that. I can't remember. I'll have everything below though. This isn't sponsored by Glossier by any means, just so you know. These are all my opinions, and I got these with my own money. But if you are interested in any of the remaining Glossier Play line, now is a chance to get them, because they're not going to be around for much longer. Between the products that I showed you guys today, the Niteshine, the Vinylic Lips, and the Colorslide, I would say probably the one, if you're interested, and something that you can actually wear currently, even though we have to wear masks out and all that kind of stuff, is the highlighter. It's probably one of their better formulations in the Glossier Play line. My second option would probably be the eyeliner, because you can wear those regardless of the mask. And my third would be the Vinylic Lip. At this point, I probably would say just skip the Vinylic Lips altogether, because you know, you probably won't be wearing them for a while anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions about any of the products I talked about, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know, have you tried any of the products from the Glossier Play line? I would love to know, because like I said, it launched, it wasn't really well received, and now it's just going away. But Glossier is supposedly coming out with a bunch of new products in 2021, so we'll have to see what else they come up with. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.